this thing.
I know.
My website is called Whatthehelldidshesay.com.
Did he say or she say?
What the hell did she say?
Did she say? And you're the she.
And I am the she.
Okay.
Because some people says that I have an accent. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about either.
Right? So Alex, first question. Have you done improv? Like, have you taken comedy improv classes?
I've never taken a comedy improv class, but I made a movie about improvisation, and I learned a lot. That was a little bit of a class for me, because there was a lot of interviews in the movie, so I learned a little bit. But I've never done it with classes, no.
So how you decide to do a movie about two improvisers?
I just saw them perform in New York, and they completely blew my mind away. I thought it was just so incredibly impressive and mesmerizing, and it really made me kind of be not only inspired, but it really made me curious about this big, the underpinnings of human imagination and creativity. I didn't know how, it was like a magic trick. I wanted to find out how they did it. So I became very curious, and I hunted them down, and I said, let's make a movie, and they said no. And then I was very persistent without being too dangerous, and finally they crumbled, and they said yes, and we made a movie together.
Well, I have to tell you, it's a great film because I do comedy improv. And one of the challenges to tell people what is improv, because if you just show little pieces, doesn't make sense, but you show the whole show, and that's such a pretty smart way to show it.
Yeah, well, it's smart through many, we tried many things before we found that, but yes, I think that's the only way that particular movie could have worked. Is to show the whole show, show them kind of get in trouble, show them get into corners where things aren't flowing as good as they have been, and see how they get out of it, rather than just making a highlight reel of things. I don't think that's as illuminating and informative.
Nice. Then I saw you in Harmony and you were you are such a funny person, for that reason I assumed that you were an improviser.
No, but I'm proud of that movie. My friend Bob Byington in Austin made it, but I'm very happy I made that movie because it was the first time I played a jerk. And Lena Dunham, who did Tiny Furniture and has her show Girls, she saw that movie, I think, and that sort of helped build sort of our friendship. But since Harmony and Me, I've pretty much only played jerks. So that was a movie that was my jerk premiere.
Yeah, let's talk about jerks, because in Red Flag, you're kind of a jerk. So how jerk you are in real life?
I don't know. You keep hanging out with me, you might get an answer.
I really like the movie. I think the way that you relate as a director and showing, like all the trip was pretty interesting, but I don't know how to say, like the metaphor that you use comparing the woodpeck with your life, it was pretty good.
Thank you.
Was it real? Like, do you really believe that?
Some of the parallels between the woodpecker and the story of the film of the woodpecker do parallel my life closely, and I do believe them. But some of them are just sort of narrative liberties that we took for dramatic effect.
I just have to say to the audience, don't marry this guy.
Yes, and I second that.
Yeah, you watch the movie and you will understand why.
Right.
So what are your next plans?
Well, we're releasing Red Flag next year. We're releasing another film I made this year called Rubberneck. We're releasing that next year as well. So we're getting ready to release 2 movies early next year, February and March of next year. And acting and stuff here and there. And I want to make another movie probably next spring or summer, which hopefully will happen. We'll see.
We know that you are the guys that make it happen. So.
Well, that's nice to say. It'll be a low-budget movie, so I don't think there could be that many obstacles. Of course there'll be obstacles, but we're not trying to create a huge package that'll take forever.
It's just going to be one obstacle. Money. That's it.
But even so, I don't think that'll be a big obstacle. These movies are ultra low budget, and you can go on Kickstarter for 2 days and get the money. It's not that hard. I don't think money will be the obstacle. The obstacle will be time. Like, can we get everyone's schedule to be available at the same time? I think that'll be the biggest obstacle.
And for all the things that you do, because you're an actor, director, and what is the thing that gives you the most, like the biggest challenge, but at the same time like the most exciting thing for you to do?
Doing something new is always sort of terrifying and challenging, and if it works, exhilarating and very, very fun. So I've done a lot of comedy and I've done a lot of sort of jerk stuff, but it's fun to always sort of turn over new stones and see if you can kind of if you can pull that off. And as a filmmaker, that's sort of the actor answer. As a filmmaker, same thing. I want to try to do as many different things as possible. I made a documentary that we talked about because I've always wanted to sort of see what it's like to make a documentary film. I'll never do it again. And then I'm a huge fan of thrillers, specifically psychological thrillers. It's my favorite genre as a viewer, and I made a thriller this year. So I think what sort of is the most terrifying and challenging and ultimately fulfilling thing is just to keep trying different things. And there's a few filmmakers out there that are incredibly versatile, and I respect the fact that they're trying to do different things all the time.
How about you do a soap opera?
I probably won't do a soap opera, even though that's different. But you have to draw the line somewhere.
I want to hear your Spanish since I am Mexican. So I was like, maybe we can do a line from your soap opera that is not going to happen. My
mom speaks Russian, and she watches. I don't know why, but she watches Spanish soap. I think they're South American soap operas dubbed in Russian. And the acting is so over the top and incredible. I love it. I think it'd be really, really fun to do. And the only reason, I mean, I would actually love to do it, but I think like it's sort of a kiss of death. Once you kind of go in that world, I don't think you can really get out of it. You kind of make a deal with the devil. But oh my gosh, those women, they're just so dramatic. It's wonderful.
So don't change the subject, Alex. Show me your Spanish.
I can't. I don't speak one word of Spanish.
How about like tequila at least, or cerveza? I don't know.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Okay, I want to hear your Russian because you speak Russian on the movie. Do you speak Russian or do you just practice?
No, I do speak Russian, yeah.
Okay, let's hear something.
Tell me the name of your podcast again. What is the name of your...
What the hell did she say?
What the hell did she say? Я говорю с женщиной, которая говорит What the hell did she say? Она очень интересная, и я очень люблю ее вопросы.
What he said is that the interviewer of What the Hell Did She Say is so pretty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. And she speaks Russian.
And she speaks Russian, exactly.